Michael Jackson in Japan Tour Full Story. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're about to take a journey back in time, across oceans, into a land of bright neon lights, timeless traditions, and electrifying energy. This is the story of Michael Jackson in Japan, one of the most unforgettable chapters of his career and a time when the king of pop connected with a nation in ways that went far beyond music. Japan wasn't just another tour stop for Michael, it was a place that embraced him with love, discipline, respect, and an almost spiritual level of admiration. From his first visits in the early 1980s with the Jacksons to the history-making concerts of the Bad and Dangerous World Tours, Michael Jackson's relationship with Japan became something magical, almost legendary. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a one-hour storytelling journey into the heart of Michael Jackson's Japan tour years, the concerts, the fans, the culture, the memories, and the untold magic that still echoes today. Chapter 1. The First Arrival 1980s. When Michael Jackson first set foot in Japan, the world was already buzzing with his growing stardom. But in Japan, it was something different. The people welcomed him not just as a star, but as an icon of hope, joy, and wonder. In 1987, Michael kicked off the Bad World Tour, his very first solo world tour, and Japan was chosen as one of the opening destinations. The decision was bold, but also strategic. Japan's love for Western pop culture, its growing global influence, and its deeply loyal fan culture made it the perfect place. When Michael landed at Tokyo's Narita Airport, thousands of fans flooded the arrival gates. Some had camped out overnight just for a glimpse of him. They held banners, photos, and flowers. Many were crying uncontrollably, whispering, "Mikaru! Mikaru!" their version of Michael. And Michael, ever the gentle soul, bowed politely, smiled, and waved with his trademark shy charm. Chapter 2. The Tokyo Dome Spectacle. The Tokyo Dome concerts are the stuff of legend. Imagine a sea of people, 50,000, 60,000, sometimes even 70,000 fans, packed into the giant stadium, all waiting for that moment when the lights would go down and the king of pop would appear. The opening chords of Wanna Be Startin' Somethin' would echo, and the crowd would erupt in a roar so powerful it could be felt in the chest. Michael would rise onto the stage, frozen in his iconic stance. He wouldn't move a muscle for nearly 2 minutes. And the crowd, they screamed, cried, and waved their glowing lights like a galaxy of stars. In Japan, silence is a sign of respect, but when it came to Michael, the noise was deafening. Fans fainted, paramedics carried them out, but no one wanted to leave. Michael's voice, his dance, his energy, it was overwhelming. Every moonwalk, every spin, every fedora tip, it felt like watching magic unfold. Chapter 3. Cultural Connection. What made Michael's Japan tours so special wasn't just the music, it was the connection. Michael loved Japanese culture. He respected their traditions, from tea ceremonies to samurai history. He often bowed to his fans, showing gratitude in their way. He visited temples, shrines, and even orphanages, donating money and gifts. In one famous moment, he gave toys to sick children in Tokyo, smiling gently as cameras captured the tenderness in his eyes. For Japan, Michael wasn't just an entertainer, he was a symbol of kindness and humility. That's why fans there treated him differently. They weren't just chasing fame, they saw him almost like a mythical figure, a spirit of music and love. Chapter 4. The Dangerous Tour in Japan. By 1992, Michael returned for the Dangerous World Tour, and once again, Japan was a central stop. Technology had advanced, his stagecraft had grown bigger, and the shows were more theatrical than ever. From jam exploding with fireworks to black or white shaking the stadium with rock energy, the Dangerous shows in Japan set new standards. Fans said it was like watching a dream come alive. And then came Man in the Mirror. Michael stood on stage, drenched in sweat, giving everything he had. His voice cracked with emotion, and tears flowed down his face. The audience wept with him. Thousands of voices joined in, singing together. In that moment, Michael wasn't just performing, he was uniting hearts. Chapter 5. Japanese fans, the most loyal. If there's one thing Michael always said, It was that Japanese fans were some of the most loyal and respectful in the world. Unlike other countries where fans would mob him dangerously, in Japan, they formed organized fan clubs. They lined up in perfect order, waited patiently, and even left gifts at his hotel, often with handwritten letters and origami cranes. Some fans followed him from city to city, spending their life savings just to see him multiple times. They dressed like him, danced like him, and carried his spirit with pride. Even today, Japan remains one of the places where Michael's memory is strongest. Annual tribute concerts, dance flash mobs, and candlelight vigils still take place across Tokyo and Osaka. Chapter 6. Legacy in Japan. Michael's tours in Japan weren't just concerts, they were cultural events. They influenced Japanese pop culture, fashion, and even music. Many J-pop artists admitted to being inspired by him. Dance groups studied his moves, singers copied his vocal techniques, and entire generations grew up worshipping his art. And Michael felt the same love. He once said that Japan felt like a second home. Whenever he was there, he felt peace. He felt respect. Even in later years, when controversy surrounded him, Japan never turned away. They stood by him, loyal until the end. Closing reflections. The story of Michael Jackson in Japan is not just about sold-out concerts or screaming fans. It's about a deeper bond, a connection between an artist and a nation. For Michael, Japan was a place of harmony, loyalty, and love. And for Japan, Michael Jackson was not just the king of pop, he was a once-in-a-lifetime legend, a spirit of music who touched their hearts forever. When we look back at those concerts, those tears, those smiles, we're reminded that music is universal. It doesn't need translation, it doesn't need explanation, and Michael Jackson, in Japan, proved that music is love, and love never